Yes, Chelsea fans, this is the Chelsea News Update, a comprehensive video for you guys this Friday as we head into another weekend. It's Chelsea versus Wolves coming up. We've had a great win over Milan the last couple of days. This is the latest stories, the latest Chelsea news and Chelsea transfer news updates, and a couple of other little bits and pieces. Hopefully you're going to enjoy it. If you do like the premise of it, stay tuned. Plenty to feature, and let's get cracking. So let's talk about the AC Milan game. What a great performance that was from Chelsea. A lot of people probably didn't think that would be the case. We're expecting AC Milan to roll Chelsea over to add to our misery so far this season. However, Graham Potter reverted back to a back three formation, and a formation we're familiar with, but played a much more dynamic midfield, and obviously out wide with Chilwell and Reece James, and the attacking three up top, which played well. Aubameyang gets another goal. And it was just such a good, solid performance. It was one of those performances which we know we're all capable of, but we just don't seem to do it. It's sort of in fits and starts. 1 minute we're great, next minute we're not. Hopefully, Graham Potter's beginning to weave his magic and he's beginning to get his message across to the players. And it will be interesting to see what happens in the Wolves game tomorrow, how he lines up. Will he revert to a 4? Now Marc Cucurella's back. Or will he go and stick with the back three? For me, Chilwell starts in front of Cucurella all day long. I guess we have to wait and see. The other player on the other side of the pitch that night against AC Milan, Reece James. What an outstanding performance from him. Another goal, a great assist. And Reece James is just, he's got to be up there, considered as one of the best right backs in the world. A lot of people talk about Trent Alexander-Arnold. When you compare the two, and I'm talking about the all-round game here, I'm talking defensively as well as attacking, Reece James has got it all. Alexander-Arnold's powder puff when it comes to defending. We've seen that he's been criticised. We've seen that he's made mistakes. We've seen at times he's been left on his knees recently, not getting back in and tracking a runner, and it's cost Liverpool. For me, Reece James is just such a brilliant player. He's already up there as one of the best in the world. He should be considered for me as the best in the world. And Trevor Chalobah, who come on for the injury to Wesley Fofana, more on him in just a second, against Milan. Chalobah coming and slotted in nice, playing nice and simple, nice and composed, confidently as well, which does his chances of playing more regularly no harm whatsoever. Chalobah's been talking about Reece James after the game, and he said this: we're lucky to have him. He's an unbelievable player who can do all sides of the game. He can defend, get us goals and get us assists. It's a pleasure to play with him. Definitely one of the best in the world. I've said it from day one. Right now, he could be the best in the world. What do you guys think about Reece James? Do you think he is the best in the world already? Or do you think it's between him and Trent and it's a bit of an even Steven battle? Or do you think one is over the other? Let me know in the comment section below. Ruben Loftus-Cheek has been talking after the game in Milan and made a great point, which I just wanted to feature in this particular video. He was talking about that performance being the standard set from now on, the minimum standard that we achieve, and hopefully just go even better as we move forward under Graham Potter throughout the course of the season. He said this, Loftus-Cheek, of the performance: that's got to be the standard. From now on, we shouldn't have to say that before each game. It should be normal for us to go out with that intensity, that energy, that sharpness, because that's what will make us consistent. When he was talking about the fact that the dressing room was buzzing after the game, he said we were absolutely delighted. We were in a really good mood in the dressing room afterwards. A fantastic performance from us. We were ruthless with chances tonight, and that was the difference. We've had games like this we've beaten by really good teams, but we can beat anyone. It's just about being consistent. That's the challenge for now, and we work hard at it. Great words from Ruben Loftus-Cheek. So to Wesley Fofana, who was injured in the game against Milan and had to come off after scoring his opening goal for Chelsea in the Chelsea colours, and that was disappointment for him. He looked gutted as he came walking off the pitch. The news isn't too bad, or it's better than expected. He's just damaged some ligaments and he's expected to be out for around a month only. There's no need for surgery. It's just for recovery, recuperation, and try and heal as quickly as possible. But great news, Fofana is only out for around about a month and should be back before the World Cup. So I just want to talk about Graham Potter at the moment, and I'm sort of getting the impression that he's not really receiving the amount of plaudits that he should be. Bearing in mind, his first month in charge at Chelsea has been all over the place. He came in to Chelsea, had a Champions League game, Then the Premier League games were postponed because the Queen passed away. He's then had to wait and have another, for a Premier League game to come in, and Crystal Palace with the Conor Gallagher winner last minute, which was great. He's then played against AC Milan. So he's really sort of had only really the Crystal Palace game and the Milan game to really look at what he's been doing with the team. And although I said against the Salzburg game there was 2 notable improvements or tactical tweaks that he made, with Sterling staying as wide as possible out wide left, and Mateo Kovacic being much more dynamic and more box-to-box midfield and getting forward much more than he was before or previously under the previous management. But it was the Palace game and obviously the Milan game where you can now sort of judge the early sort of signs of Graham Potter's reign at Chelsea, and it's encouraging, really, really encouraging. And I just think that he doesn't really get the plaudits at the moment. He's made 2 tactical changes. He's played with a back 4, he's played with a back 3. And he sort of said today in his pre-match press conference that he's willing and open to having some options available based on the opponent we're playing, but also the players that we've got. And that's great to hear, rather than just stick with one tactic and just hope it works and make like-for-like changes. I like the fact that he's progressive. He wants the team to be dynamic, and he's not afraid to change things around. What do you think about Potter? Do you think he's made a good, solid start? And do you think he's getting the plaudits he deserves or not? Let me know. Comment section. So to contract updates, and big news at the moment is regarding N'Golo Kante. Now, N'Golo Kante at the moment is not signing an extension to his contract. He wants a 3-year deal, and Chelsea apparently are reluctant due to his injury problems he's had over the past few seasons. Now, a lot of people talk about his injuries and Conte's injury prone, blah, blah, blah. Think about Conte's career, his early career, and he was literally just bash, season after season, playing most games, most energy on the pitch. And then it was always going to be a time where he was going to have these injury problems. Unfortunately, they seem to come at once or one after the other. He doesn't really get a good run of games. So as a result, there's now increased speculation over his future. And one article featured here on Football 365 states, via a European reporter or a European source, that N'Golo Kante has been offered to Tottenham and Arsenal this summer as Chelsea try to cash in on him before his contract runs down. What do you think about Kante? Do you think he's injury prone, or based on what he gives when he is fit and his influence on the football pitch, do you think that we should just give him a new deal and just focus on what he can give us when he's actually fit? Or do you now think it's time to cut ties? It sounds ridiculous to say it, but it's been spoken about. Kante is injury prone and we need to make that decision. It looks as though Chelsea may have already done it. Let me know what you think. Comment section. So now to Christian Pulisic, who's spoken at length and at detail about his frustrations with Thomas Tuchel. He's released his book stating the same thing. Looking forward to a fresh start under Graham Potter, but hasn't started a game yet under Graham Potter. And the USMNT fans are urging Christian Pulisic to leave Chelsea, basically bizarrely claiming, according to the Mail Online, that Chelsea are sabotaging his chances at the World Cup. Bearing in mind that England have drawn America in the World Cup group stage, which is just absolutely ridiculous. He's played 14 minutes so far under Graham Potter. He had an influence in the Conor Gallagher goal against Crystal Palace. I'm just at a bit of a loss at the minute as to what's going to happen with the likes of Hakim Ziyech and Christian Pulisic. We're playing Sterling, who's been signed, and you have to say he's going to start most games on that left-hand side with Aubameyang up front. It leaves one position, and unless we change our formation drastically, are you going to see Christian Pulisic as a number 10 ahead of the likes of Mason Mount and Kai Havertz? Will you see him in the midfield ahead of those players, and also Mateo Kovacic and Loftus-Cheek and Conor Gallagher? I think it's a tough time for Christian Pulisic unless there's a drastic change in formation, and I can't see it getting any better. All he needs to do is continue to work hard in training and be given the chance, or force the manager to pick him with his attitude, with his dedication, his work rate, and just get on with it. But at the moment, it doesn't look like anything's going to change soon, and that could be a blow for him. And his fitness when it comes to match fitness, that is, when it comes to the World Cup. So transfer news now, and as you would have seen the last few days or week or so, Chelsea have been linked with making a big money move for Christopher Nkunku from RB Leipzig. Now, as we all read, I'm sure you have and everybody else has, he's got a 60 million euros release clause. According to Darmeshev, the Sky Sports pundit, or the Sky Sports reporter, Sky Sports News that is, he's stating that Chelsea are prepared to blow everybody out of the water by paying over that release fee to ensure that we can get Nkunku signed and sealed. According to The Athletic, Nkunku has signed a pre-contract agreement with Chelsea, and that deal is expected to be done. Again, release fee is 60 million. Chelsea are willing to pay over that to make sure he signs for us. This exciting talent who's come to the fore last season with RB Leipzig is already scoring a lot of goals again this season. Exciting talent. Someone that Chelsea have identified as a potential long-term replacement up front. And let's see what happens. But Todd Boehly, he's not resting on his laurels. He's still out there searching and looking for talent to bring into the football club. What do you think about the link to Nkunku? Let me know, comment section below. So let's look at the Wolves game tomorrow now. Chelsea taking on Wolves at Stamford Bridge. And you have to look at the game and think that Chelsea will be clear favourites, bearing in mind that Wolves are managerless. However, it's a dangerous game and Chelsea need to be focused and make sure they take to the pitch the right intensity and get the job done. And hopefully score plenty of goals, fingers crossed. Of course, it's going to be an opportunity for the Chelsea fans to welcome back Diego Costa to the football club. He's back in England, hopefully to tear things up and give the likes of old Dick Van Dijk over at Liverpool a bit of a shove and a bit of a battering, which is what we're all looking forward to. I've said it before on my channel and I'll say it again. When we lost Didier Drogba, I was wondering if we're ever going to see anything similar or anyone that could potentially come close to Drogba. Diego Costa did. And we've missed him ever since he's left the football club. Anyway, it'd be good to see Costa back. Hopefully he doesn't score. Then he has a good rest of his season. But chances just say thanks to Diego Costa and hopefully he gets a great reception from the Chelsea fans at the ground. Two more pieces of news for you. First and foremost, Chelsea are poised to appoint Christopher Vivelli as the new technical director after he was sacked by RB Leipzig today. Now, he was sacked because of a breakdown in talks and a breakdown apparently in views. And he's expected to be announced as the Chelsea technical director. Chelsea have been talking to him for a period of days, apparently. RB Leipzig wanted to keep him. He's made it obvious that he wants to go and be part of the revolution at Chelsea. So he was sacked. So it's expected to be done. The Todd Boehly revolution is well into its stride now. And Vivelli is expected to join the club technical director. But they're still looking for a sporting director as well. Finally, from me today, and the Chelsea new third strip has been released. And you have to wonder, where on earth do they get these ideas from? The away strip is bad enough, I have to say. The white with the blue is not great at all, is it? And then you look at this third strip and you're thinking, why? Why the colour scheme? It's got nothing to do with Chelsea, honestly. I mean, I've not even seen or looked at the description of it. I've not even tried to look into why they've done it. I'm not interested. These people that make these football kits, honestly, it's just, where on earth do they get their ideas from? Look back at the club's history. Look back at the club's kits they've had over the course of their history and then design them based on that to be something similar that the fans can identify with and not come up with this absolute nonsense. Seriously. So, that's it from me, people. Chelsea news update, extensive Chelsea news update, and hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you have, drop a like on the video, then hit that subscribe button for me and let me know in the comment section your thoughts on the video itself or any of the stories featured. Thank you so much for watching, much appreciated. Have a good weekend and come on Chelsea, give us another win, another 3 points before we're off to Milan in midweek to hopefully batter them again. Take care of yourselves. See you next time.